hello, and how are you? How are you doing with this warm weather? Too hot for me, I hope you're enjoying it. Now today, our programme's all about confidence. Because it's very easy to lose confidence after all we've been through, and all the scare stories, and all walking about in masks in shops. It can actually make you think, oh dear, should I be going in there? Oh dear, So we need to kind of get over that kind of thing. We're going to be careful, of course, we're going to wear our masks, we're going to wash, we're going to take every precaution, but we've got to live our lives now. And we've got to have the confidence to live our lives. So that's why today's quote, very brief one, but it's very true. Confidence is the gift you give yourself. No one else can give you it, and you can't get it ready-made. You're going to have to give yourself it. And I'm going to speak a bit more about that later on. But lovely to see you. And right now, I'm going to hand you over to Karen, who's got a story for you. So, Karen, we're sitting comfortably. Let's you begin. Thank you, Karen.
I love to go wandering along the mountain track, and as I go I love to sing my knapsack on my back. Valdry, Valdra, Valdry, Valdra, Valdra. Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm busy getting ready for a walk up the mountain today, and I'm trying to do my backpack, and I'm trying to make sure I've got everything in it. And I was just singing that wee song because, well, it goes along with what I'm doing today, doesn't it? So, what do you put in your backpack when you go walking? Let's just see what I've put in mine. So, I've got a flask for my tea. I've got my sandwiches. I've got my biscuits. Need my chocolate biscuits. And water, just in case I need a wee drink along the way as well. And then I've also got my suntan lotion and my sunglasses, because you never know what the weather's going to be like. But on the other hand, I've also got my rain jacket, and I've got my thick woolly socks, and I've also got my big hiking boots. Keep me protected, keep me safe and warm. And then, because of the current climate that we're in just now, I've got my mask and my sanitizer. And just in case I lose my way, I've got my torch, and I've got my iPad and my phone, because they've got maps on them and they can show me the way. And as a Christian, I can look at this as a Christian backpack. Because although I've got my tea and my water and my sandwiches and my biscuits, well, that gives me strength, doesn't it? But we also get our strength through each other. We've got companionship, we've got friendship, we've got mission, we've got the friendly hour, and that gives us strength. Strength in numbers and strength in faith, because we can all get together and talk about things that maybe are worrying us or concerning us, or things that we're really happy about, because we like to share. And we've got courage. We've got courage in the fact that we've taken the plunge today, because a lot of people have lost that courage and confidence with being stuck in the house for 5 months, and they're worried about how they're going to be when they go back out into the new normal world, as it's called now. And will they have the courage to face the world again and be strong enough to go on a journey, even if it's just a small journey, a walk to the shops or a wee ride in a bus? It's going to be very strange and very difficult for a lot of people. And they need to get the confidence, the strength and the courage to do it. And we've got faith in that we've come protected, and we've got everything that we've got in our power here that can keep us safe and out of harm. But we've also got God's faith in us as human beings to look after each other and do the very best for each other And always be there for each other with a listening ear or a welcoming hug. Maybe can't do it just now, but a virtual hug. And we need to be sure that we're going in the right direction, and that's where my maps come in. But God is there all the time showing us the direction and the way that we should be going. And he's there with his light, shining us in the right direction with our map, putting us in the right direction to go forward. And that's the way we need to go now. We need to have that confidence and the faith, the courage and the ability to face the world now and make that start and make that effort. And it will be a big effort for a lot of people, but they just need that wee push and that wee bit of faith to get there. And we can all help each other do that because we are there for each other. And you always know that if you're struggling, we're at the end of an email or a phone call, and all you have to do is pick up the phone or type a wee message, and we'll be there for you. And we'll help you as best we can. So I'm now going to go and pack my bag because I'm desperate to go now. Now I've got the confidence to see this through. And I'm confident that I've got everything that I need for my journey. And I'm going to be protected with the sunscreen and my mask and my sanitizer. And I'm going to be strengthened by the food that I've got with me. And I'm going to be guided by my maps, but also by God. And I'm going to see my journey through to the very end. So come on, sing along with me. I love to go a-wandering along the mountain track, and as I go I love to sing with my knapsack on my back. Vadri, Vadra, Vadri, Vadra, Vadri, Vadra, my knapsack on my back. Well, that's me all loaded up now. Right, well that's me all ready, bag packed, everything in it that I need, hopefully. Full of confidence that I'm going to get up this mountain and hopefully be back in time for the next friendly hour. So until the next time, I'm going to hand you over now to Shirley, who's going to introduce the next 4 people that are taking part in the 7-word challenge. And remember, if you'd like to take part in that as well, just drop us a wee email and we'll get it all organised. So till next time, take care, bye bye.
Thank you, Karen. Well, it's now time in the programme for our 7-word challenge, and you will recall 2 weeks ago the 4 core members, Karen, Lynn, Anne and myself, were all presented with a 7-word challenge and our thoughts and feelings during lockdown. And lockdown was a journey, so we had lots of different words, lots of different thoughts, lots of different feelings, and we gave you those during the last programme. And it's now time for another 4 people to give us their thoughts. And these 4 people are Dylan and David, our 2 technical advisors, and Cheryl Amanda and Amanda, who have performed on previous shows. And there are no explanations. Each of them will present 7 words on their thoughts during lockdown. And we would also like to hear from you on your thoughts during lockdown. You don't need to send explanations, just 7 words. And if you could send them into muir.relief@gmail.com, we will get them all collated and start presenting them on future shows. But in the meantime, I'm going to hand you over to our quartet for their 7-word challenge.
Confined, fearful, trepidation, emotional, caring, encouraging, and hopeful.
Apprehensive, disappointed, trusting, motivated, focused, determined, and inspired.
Challenging, isolated, supportive, strengthened, purposeful, rewarding, and exciting.
Stressful, confusing, exciting, lonely, heartbreaking, horrific, and depressing. Thank you for listening to our 7 words. We hope it caused you intrigue. And let's see who gives you their 7 words next week.
And hello again from me, your friendly our quizmaster. It's very nice to be back with you. It always is. I hope that you're all well and you've enjoyed the few extra days of sunshine we've had after all the terrible rain. Now, surprisingly, the quiz last time was voted a huge success because it was so easy. Now, I thought it was quite tricky, so there you go. There's no accounting for taste. But since you all thought it was so easy, or most of you, then I'm going to stick with the same format. So this quiz again is one with a linking word, okay? So each question has 2 pieces of music and there's a link there, a word that links them both. So I hope you've got your thinking caps on and that you're sitting comfortably with your pen and paper at the ready. I'll let you get comfortable and I'll be back in a minute with questions 1 and 2. So stand by. Right, off we go with question number 1. Now remember, there's 2 pieces of music and you're looking for the word that links them both. So here we go. Okay, that's the first bit. Here's the next bit. Okay, give you a minute to write down your answer for that one. And here's your second question. That was part 1. Here's part 2. Alright, good luck with those 2. I'll be back in a few seconds with the next 2 questions. Okay, here we go with number 3. was part 1. Here's part 2. Alright, see how you got on with that one? Write that one down. Here's number 4. Okay, that was part 1. Here's part 2. Now that was probably a wee bit trickier, but good luck. And I'll be back just in a few seconds with the last 2. Right, here we go with number 5, part 1. Okay, now that was a wee bit trickier, but you'll get it from part 2. I'll let you write that one down, and then we'll do the last one. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Part 1. Okay, here's part 2. Okay, so good luck with them all, and as always I'll be back in a wee while with the answers. Now in the meantime, I'm very pleased to hand you over to Lynn. So enjoy Lynn's reflection for this week. Lynn?
Well, confidence is the greatest gift you can ever give to yourself. What does that mean in practice? Well, it means an honest appraisal of who you are, all your strengths and your weaknesses and your talents, and to feel good about that. To be yourself. To know who you are, to know what you're good at, and do it really well. And that's where a lot of confidence lies. I know these days, women especially, have been told you can be anything you want. And that's really good. And if you can be anything you want, good luck to you, and I'm proud of you. And I'll do everything to cheer you on. But you know, the things that we used to do, and not even that long ago, like being a really good housewife, being a great cook, a marvellous baker, bringing up a family, keeping the peace in in-laws, which is an art in itself, as I'm sure you'll realise. Making a life for other people to come home and be comfortable in. Now that has been downgraded dreadfully, and I for one am really sorry about that. Because what more wonderful thing can you do but make a happy world for yourself and the people you love? To be able to feed them, to have a nice house for them to relax in, and to be peaceful amongst one another. Now I think if you can do that, I think you should have great confidence in yourself, because you know who you are, you know what you're good at, and you know your talents. And I think confidence and self-esteem and self-worth, these are words that are thrown about like confetti at the moment. But usually the tagline is, and you'll become confident, and then you'll become, you know, a managing director of a huge multinational company. Well, I don't know many people that really want to do that. So what I'm saying to you today is, have the confidence to be yourself. Because you'll be able to do things that an awful lot of people can't. They can be quite small things in the eyes of the world, but they're very, very important for the peaceful running of your home and your family. Have great confidence in that. Don't let anyone put you into a corner and say, oh, just a housewife then. There's no higher calling. There really isn't. If you can do dazzling things in your spare time, if you're involved in a lot of other activities, that's great. That makes you a well-rounded person too. But never let anyone take your confidence away by telling you, oh, is that all you do? Oh, you should be doing, and what's more, oh, I do this, and just don't listen. Be absolutely certain who you are, what you can do, what you're good at, what brings the best results for your world, and be very confident in that. Because God put us into this world for a big reason. Every single one of us a different reason. But He entrusted women. He entrusted women with husbands and families and in-laws and old parents and young babies, because He knew that we would naturally really want to do that. Because men work with their heads, but women work with their hearts. And we should be proud of that, because it's a great thing to be able to do. So, give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself that confidence that you are you and you're doing a great job. Really and truly are. Don't let anyone talk you out of it. And now, I'm going to hand you over to Anne, because she's got something really interesting to introduce to you. Over to you, Anne.
Hello again. For the past 10 years plus, it's been my great pleasure to make music with a great bunch of people called Cantanti. Some of you may have heard us, have seen us in concert, and it's been great fun. Sadly, at the moment, as you know, groups such as ours aren't able to meet together, and we're all missing Cantanti dreadfully, and our singing, and our rapport and blethering. But I thought it would be nice for you to hear Cantanti. Now sadly we don't have any video footage of them, so it's with grateful thanks to Adam Lee, our clarinetist that you've met before, who is really handy with IT, and Adam has put together some pictures of Cantanti and some images to cover the song that you're going to hear. We made a CD of 7 songs last year, and this is one of them, and it's called Hushabye Mountain, and it comes from the musical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So please enjoy Cantanti.
Well, what was that? That was wonderful, wasn't it? I've heard Cantanti many times, and they're always marvellous. So thank you very much, everyone involved. Thank you, Anne, because you put such a lot of work into that. But now it's time for a minute's peace. Now you know what happens here. We're going to put up a beautiful picture, some very serene words, And just for a minute, 60 seconds, we're just going to look at it and let the words just come into us. Don't try and figure anything out too much. Just switch off for a minute, because it's such a busy life, isn't it? We do welcome all your photographs. Please keep sending them in, because at the end of the year, we're going to do something rather surprising with them. I'm not going to say any more about that, but it's something to look forward to. So send in your pictures. They're all precious. And so, shoes off, lie back, and have a minute's peace.
Well, I wonder how you got on. Let's find out. So, question number 1. The first piece of music was Around the World, I've Searched for You, well-known song. The second piece of music was Welcome to My World, a Jim Reeves song. And so your connecting word, your link, was world. So question 2, the first piece of music was Hello, hello, who's your lady friend? And the second bit was Hello, Dolly, from the film of the same name starring Barbara Streisand. And so your link word there was hello. Number 3, the first part was an Andy Williams song, so well known, covered by lots of people, a lovely song, from the film starring Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and it was of course Moon River. And the second piece of music was Blue Moon. So your link word there was moon. Now number 4, first bit was When You Wish Upon a Star, from the Disney film Pinocchio. And the second piece of music was a song called I Wish You Love, covered by lots of people, Frank Sinatra, etc, etc. So your link word there was wish. Now number 5, the first song was a wartime song used in a parlour song really, called Roses of Picardy. And if you didn't get it from, if you weren't sure about the name of that one, you probably could have got it from the next bit, which was the Donny and Marie Osmond song called Paper Roses. And the last one, number 6, the first piece of music was When I Grow Too Old to Dream, and I'm sure I remember my granny singing that. And the second bit was, I think it was an Everly Brothers song. You can send in the correction if I'm wrong. And it was All I Have to Do Is Dream. So the link word there was dream. So just to recap, number 1, the link word was world. Number 2, it was hello. Number 3, it was moon. Number 4 was wish. And number 5 was Roses. And number 6 was Dream. So, if last week was anything to go by, everybody will have got them all right, which would be great fun. It would be good to know that you had got them all right. So please let us know. We like to hear from you. I'll look forward to doing one again for you next time. In the meantime, I'd like to hand you over to Shirley. Now, I happen to know that Shirley is going to tell you about when she was in The Sound of Music. So there you go. So keep listening and find out more. So, Shirley, I'm pleased to hand over to you.
Thank you, Anne. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back amongst you on another edition of Friendly Hour. Hope you're all well. Now we're still on this road. We're still travelling down this road of life. We've navigated the mazes, we've jumped over the stumbling blocks, and we have taken the fork in the road. Rightly or wrongly, we don't know, but we've taken it. So where do we go from here? Well, Anne has suggested the phrase, climb every mountain. And as we know, Climb Every Mountain was a song in the great musical The Sound of Music. And the World and his wife descended on the King's Theatre in Glasgow to watch this, and they were not disappointed. What a great musical it was. Some of the best songs ever. Still going strong. And it took me back to my school days, remembering that, because our school put on a production of The Sound of Music. And 2 or 3 girls in my class and myself were sent to the gym hall to audition for a part in this musical. And were met by our music teachers. Don't know what we sang, but I came away knowing that I had the part of Liesl, the eldest daughter, in the show. And went home and told my mum, and she was absolutely delighted. And by tea time that night, she had everybody in our street told that I had that part. Well, went back to school on the Monday morning, and there was a girl who had been absent. She was sent to the gym hall. She auditioned, and she was promptly given the part of Liesl. She was a much better singer than me, and I was bumped to the part of the second eldest daughter, Louisa. Now, my mother was mortified because she now had everybody in Colwinning told, and the 3 tunes. And I was not the least bit bothered, because I really didn't want to be singing solo, and I didn't want to be singing with one other person, a duet. I was quite happy to be one of the other children who just sang as a group. Now, we had 2 songs, Story of Me, where we had 1 line in, I don't remember what it was, and the other one was at the ball, when the children are saying farewell at the ball, and the song was entitled So Long Farewell. And we all had this 1 line each to say, and a lot of them were great lines, like I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne, adieu, adieu to you and you and you, or I'm glad to go, I cannot tell a lie. And the little girl, youngest child, as she's making her way up the stairs, sings, the sun has gone to bed and so must I. My line was, I flit, I float, I fleetly flee, I fly. Who would think in writing that it was either Rogers or it was either Hammerstein? But I thought it was terrible. And not only did I have to say that line, I had to dance in front of my siblings, flapping my arms about like a demented bird, like an eagle with broken wings. I will never forget it. But it was compensated by the terrific performance of all the children in Maria. Remember the one where the children are scared of the thunderstorm and we all jump onto Maria's bed and we sing My Favourite Things? I will never forget that song. I'd borrowed my next door neighbour's big long cotton nightie with a lace neck. I'd never worn anything like that in my life, and I loved it. It was great. So that was absolutely fantastic, and it's great for children to get involved in things like that, performing on stage. That gives them confidence that they otherwise wouldn't have known they had. Everybody has it in them, they just don't know it's there. Incidentally, the next year, put on a production of South Pacific, And again, I was sent for, auditioned, and I didn't get the part of Mitzi Gaynor, Nellie Forbush. I didn't get the part I really wanted. I really wanted to be Bloody Mary. I thought she was a fantastic character, but I didn't get that part either. I got the part of Lyat, who was Bloody Mary's daughter. And when Mary sings a happy talk, I do sign language, singing happy talk. That was my part. That was my claim to fame in that one. And it was absolutely wonderful. So let's get back to this Climbing Every Mountain. It's an inspirational song, and there are parallels between the nun's choice for a religious life and the choices we must make in order to find purpose and direction in life. And we're all climbing mountains. For most of us, this is a daily climb, and it takes place at home, doesn't it? Or it takes place in the workplace or somewhere in society. And we are seeking the good, the beautiful and the truth. Some of us are seeking God, for mountains are like sanctuaries. They're a meeting place between God and man. For example, Moses met God at the top of Mount Sinai. God can be our leader, steering us and telling us what route to take, especially so during this coronavirus. And the route we must take is not always clear. We need to be alert and watchful. Do we visit the shops? Do we get on a train? Do we meet friends in a cafe? Do we open church buildings? Climbing the mountain of everyday life is an art, something we have to master. And we need to be free and at ease, open to whatever life offers us. And we grow every day. Like the mountaineers love and respect the mountains, we must transfer that love and respect for other people. And the mountaineer is completely disconnected from the world when he's climbing. And likewise, we must too disconnect from the world in order to connect with God. So let's keep climbing. Let us make the daily effort to reach the summit of sanctity. For we know that no matter how difficult it may be, it is well worth the effort. Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every rainbow, every path you know, and do it with confidence. Now we're all going to get a chance to sing that wonderful song from The Sound of Music, Climb Every Mountain. The words will be on the screen, and Anne has the music to accompany us. Our sing-along, Climb Every Mountain. Enjoy.
Well, that's our time up again, doesn't it? It goes in so quickly when you're enjoying yourself. And I'd just like to thank everyone. And that's Anne, Shirley, Karen, David, Dylan, Cheryl Amanda, and especially Cantante, everyone helped make the programme today. Thank you so much for giving of your time and your talents. It's very much appreciated. Well, there will be another Friendly Hour on the 11th of September at 2 o'clock. Remember, it's pre-recorded, so you can pick it up, play it any time you want to. Join us on a Sunday, 11 o'clock on a Sunday. You'll get a lovely service. You'll see quite a few of us on it as well. And we'd love to have you. Again, if there's anything you particularly like about our programmes or our services, if you'd like to leave us a note on the website at the end of the programme. Because we'd love to know who's watching us. We know we've got somebody in Canada and Spain and America and even England. It's exciting. We're going worldwide. We'd love to know who you are because we can get in touch with you just to have a wee blether. So, thanks again. Let's close with the grace. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, be with us all, evermore. Amen. Bye for now. Hope to see you Sunday. Definitely see you 2 weeks' time. And we're going to keep the theme on going forward. So until then, bye.